Really, the only one that didn't practice today was Clyde. Like I said, he tested it out a few days ago, and it wasn't quite as good as what we thought it might be, and he thought it might be. So he'll be listed as out when you get the report here, and then everybody else practiced and got some work in today. So we should be good to go from there. We look forward to the challenge of playing Pittsburgh. We know that they're a good football team and well coached. So the guys have had a good week of practice here, and we were able to get outside today, which was a good thing, and get some good work in. So we'll wrap it up tomorrow with our mock game, and then go from there. So with that, time's yours.
Let's go first to Adam.
Hey, Andy, wanted to check on a couple other guys. Tyreek Hill, how'd he do in practice today? And will he be up on Sunday night? And Darrel Williams also.
Yeah, they practiced today.
And they'll be up on Sunday?
Yeah. Well, I think so. I mean, unless something happens.
Sure.
Okay, let's go next to Herbie Teope. Oh, Herbie put his hand out. Let's go to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Andy, a couple for you. One really quick. Just in the portion open to media, we didn't see Frank Clark out there. Everything's good with him. He's going to be available.
Yeah, he had to go to the bathroom.
All right. Well, glad that got broadcast over a lot. Appreciate it.
That's all right. Just let me know.
And then Chris Jones, we just chatted with him. When we asked him about the fact that he started this season wanting to play on the outside, that's where he was. He's moved back inside. He sort of shrugs it off like it hasn't been that big of a deal to transition. From your perspective, is that a bigger transition than he makes it, even if it's more mentally than physically so?
Yeah, it was easy for him to move back inside. He worked on the outside part. He's still doing it. I mean, we still move him around and give him shots out there. So it's good to have that flexibility, Sam, is what I'd probably tell you. And I think he's handled it well. He hasn't, those four veteran guys are very, very close, and the backup guys behind him are very close, and they just kind of feed off of each other. All eight of them do their thing. So it's a good room right there.
Aaron Ladd. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, appreciate the time here. Two questions. First one kind of about Pittsburgh, kind of from the owner to the coach to the quarterback there and what they have and the stability in their organization. Does it remind you of what you all have built here in Kansas City?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they're two phenomenal organizations, and that have been around a long time before you and I were around. So it's well, I guess I was around. I was just a little bit younger when the Chiefs came about, but still, it's these are two phenomenal organizations that have a great history in this league. So, and I know the ownership is relatively close too. So they've been doing a long time together in this league.
And in your tenure as a head coach, you've been to 8 conference championship games. Is there a common theme or maybe something that you think is a key to sustaining playoff runs and having success this time of year?
Yeah, I think having a good, stable organization, probably getting back to your original question, having the front office being solid and on the same page, and the personnel department being on the same page, your general manager with Brett, and then the coaching staff, and then having good players. I mean, you can't really do one without the other. It doesn't work that way. So having everybody kind of come together, I think is kind of one of the neat things about this business that's important. So for success, we've been fortunate to have a little bit of that chemistry, which is a real plus. It's a tribute to Clark, what he's done here.
So we got 3 more. We'll go right down the line, starting with Todd Lebo. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Coach, we've asked you, a couple of times this year about Ben Roethlisberger because you played him a couple of times. I don't want to ask about what he is now, but I want to see what your thought about him early, because you used to see them all the time in the preseason, right? Pittsburgh and Philly would play back in the day. Did he look like a Hall of Famer type guy when you saw him then?
Oh, he did when he was winning those Super Bowls. He sure looked good. he's so big and strong, and he's very, very smart. Michael Vick had a chance to play with him there, and just said he just knows everything about everything. And and is a curious thinker, which is good. And you've seen him grow up. I mean, right before us, from a young guy from a relatively small college to, being a Super Bowl champion and future Hall of Famer here. So, and he's playing good football right now. The last couple of weeks, man, he's been slinging it. So, and they've got people healthy and so on. So he's finishing up his career the right way.
Go next to Seren Petro. Go ahead, Seren.
And Brad, I'll have a quick follow-up. Coach Eric Bieniemy, got this time of year the questions he always gets about being a head coach, or at least has been getting for the last few years. And I'm not going to ask you about that, but I'm just curious. He really wanted to talk about Pittsburgh, right? He didn't want to talk about that. How much of a distraction is it for guys on your staff when their name does come up? And this time of year, every year, you've had a lot of them go on to be head coaches. Do you have to rein them back in? Are there things that you have to do to try to focus things?
No, not at all. I mean, these guys are unselfish guys. I mean, EB has had that the last couple of years, and it disappoints me that somebody hasn't hired him. I mean, obviously, because he's so good, and I'm hoping that takes place this year. So, but these guys, the guys. So, I mean, they're not going to let it be a distraction. They're going to defer to the team and what that's all about, and then kind of let the chips fall where they may, and I'm sure between COVID and our long season, it hasn't been real beneficial for EB and having the opportunity. But I think this year he's going to end up with one.
All right. That's good to hear. I assume you're pretty informed, so that's good to hear. The other one is just about practice. Like, guys, have a good practice, teams will have a good practice, a bad practice. I'm just curious, in your experience, like how much does a good practice equate to a good game? Like, how often do you leave going, oh, we had a great practice, and you turn around and like, wow, we didn't carry that over. Like, how does that correlate?
I can't tell. I mean, I've had a couple of games I've coached in, so I mean, you know how that goes. I mean, that sometimes it gets you like that. The majority of the time, though, if you have good energy during the week, you end up with pretty good energy during the game. If you make it a habit of having good energy, that's why we strive to exhaust yourself each practice, and that's a speed practice, and push yourself so it transitions and set your mindset for the game. Normally, you're going to do okay, and that's really all you ask for going into a game is, can we play good, solid football? Can we do that and not give games away? You want to come out and play good, solid football, and then you, like I said, you just kind of let the chips fall where they may after that. But, you want to be able to get in there and compete at a high level.
Coach, I think that covers us. We appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, good. Thank you.